Right. Hello, guys. Happy witching hour. It is High Priestess Jamila. How are y'all? All right. So happy Friday the 13th to y'all. Okay. First of all, I wanted to come and talk a little bit about. I've been sensing a lot. What my spidey senses are telling me is that since we have this election going on with Kamala Harris. Um, there are a lot of men, and especially these secret societies, that are not taking it lightly. And they doing the most. I can tell you that much. They were trying to distract from Friday the 13th, which is actually a very, very lucky day for witches and women alike. Okay. Um, but of course, they created all of the evil lore behind it. I even noticed that there was one of my channels that I listen to frequencies on. They were playing the evil eye frequency to deflect the evil eye. And I actually shared it to the community wall on the High Priestess Jamila channel. So, unfortunately, there are a lot of men putting a lot of evil energy towards not just Kamala Harris, but then women. And, honestly, I talked about this yesterday. Like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I felt totally different about the election. But then when I had to sit back for a minute, then I realized that all of those smart women that were saying we need to go with Kamala Harris, uh, you know, to battle misogyny, I totally agree with them. Totally agree. And I think that it's important for us to get behind her uh, because misogyny is an ugly thing, and it is a very, very hypocritical thing. And what it says is that no matter what, the man is right. He can be saying the most atrocious things. He could be the most atrocious type of individual. And of course, in America, black women and brown women, by a landfall, unfortunately, have to bear the brunt of this because it is expected for brown men to be abusive misogynists. So, I'm definitely voting for her. I think that it is going to make things better. It will make things better, in my humble opinion. I feel like a lot of these men need to humble themselves and try to create a better world instead of sitting around waiting for the end of the world and waiting to die. Okay, so I think she's going to be very refreshing for the White House. I think it'll be very interesting at the very least. So I plan to vote for her. Now, what I'm doing is I'm gathering my people for my Shiva circle because Shiva, Lord Ganesha, Lakshmi, they are very, very concerned about us in this election and what it's going to do. Because, of course, there's a lot of men out there that are disgruntled. A lot of them go out in the world and take out their anger and frustration on the woman anyway, based upon a past relationship with a woman that wasn't, well, I'm not going to speak ill of her. She just wasn't meant for her to be with you. You know what I mean? And this is unfortunately what we have to deal with, misogyny. And then there's a era of pedophilia over there, making it seem like a woman in her 40s is old, trying to suck us dry. It's a lot of vampirism. It's a lot. it is a lot of vampires and parasitic men out there, and they are screaming at us. And um, so they're trying to stop or prevent good men from loving us. And they're very loud. They're very loud and they're very obnoxious. So one thing that a lot of the clients, that have came to me for years is problems on the job, sexual harassment on the job, spiritual harassment on the job, feeling as though their energy is being tampered with constantly on the job, and is mainly by men and women who are doing hoeing on the job, doing a lot of crazy stuff and taken away from the productivity, because most of us just want to come to work. I know that for me, every day when I come on here, I just want to do my readings and talk about my spiritual stuff without being sexually harassed. Of course, since I'm a Black woman, they don't want to permit me to do that, but those people have no power, okay? But the point is that it probably should have been something that should have been addressed a long time ago by law enforcement, by YouTube, to get these people up out of here for their constant harassment and bullying of one person. It doesn't matter. It's just the point. It just shows you how disgusting they are. For the past 2 or 3 days, I am a high priestess. Okay, I do rituals that a lot of people, because somebody told me, they said it looked like it's voodoo. I said, no, that's shamanism. And that's what I do, and I'm very serious about it, and they work. But for the past 3 or 4 days, I have been getting called a whore and a prostitute by disgusting, misogynistic males and females. It's been absolutely disgusting. And them calling me names and calling me outside of my name does not make me any less of a high priestess witch. Okay? And I don't have to wait for no man or woman to show me respect, because I only know these people. Nobody else should have to validate you. And I don't have to wait for people to realize anything. So I'm here and not going nowhere. They don't want y'all in that Shiva circle. They don't. They don't want y'all in that. For some reason, they're going to have to learn to quit butting their nose into business that is not theirs. They're going to have to learn. Okay? Eventually. Maybe it needs to be today. So the circle that I'm doing with Lord Shiva is excellent, excellent, excellent protection, peace. A lot of people have gotten used to feeling uptight, having a tight chest. We were just discussing some Bible verses or curses earlier, uh, because a lot of people, the delays have been astronomical since, you know, forever. So we've been addressing some of those Bible curses and verses. And, Shiva has given me all of the instructions that need to be done, because what they're trying to do is murder as many innocent people as possible. Now, over here at Divine Services Apothecary, murderers and vagabonds and rapists and misogynistic men, they don't do very well. They don't. They don't do very well. So, and that is because we don't relent. We don't. So this group that we're doing is actually, it's officially for the full moon, but for some reason these disgusting secret societies and they started early because we weren't scheduled to even do anything until the full moon. And then they come up with bright ideas about, if y'all notice, they're battling witches. And the reason why is because they want y'all to follow a God that tells you that I am going to kill you unless you go out there and find somebody to sacrifice. Which I don't get it, why somebody would worship a God like that, but whatever. And that's just what that is. And so they keep going on and on. They are harassing and stalking people who are not in their don't even, people that don't go to their church shouldn't have to be bothered with them. People that aren't in their congregation shouldn't have to be bothered with them. I mean, I'm sure that there's unfortunate, helpless children that are involved with that church mess. It's a mess. It is. Okay. Especially when it comes to, some of these Christians and some of these Baptists. I don't really know. I don't really get much negativity from Muslims, except for one. I actually had one Muslim dude stalk me, and he was Muslim. But it is what it is. I'm not worried about him. All I know is that from what I'm seeing, it's still a problem with trying to force religion on us and down our throats, and then also misogynistic, unattractive, and undesirable men trying to use the Bible to impede on our lives. And that's where Shiva has a problem. So he has all of his spirits ready to go to bring protection. He has been moving so amazingly and so fast, um, that, clients that have already gotten into it got good news that they have been waiting to hear about jobs. This one client in particular was being harassed on her job by an older Christian man who kept telling her over and over again that women are not supposed to be working and that women are taking men's jobs. So we got a lot of misogyny out there. And I'm not saying that all men are misogynists. I'm not saying that. But a lot of them are. You can tell by the way they talk. Men and women are equal, period. If you can't deal with that, then you need to stop trying to socialize with everybody because everybody's not going to agree with you. Men and women are equal. Does that mean that we have to be bothered with you? No. Does that mean that I have to fight a man? No, that's not what that means. I don't even play sports and I don't fight. I'm an empress. I don't get out and fight. I am an empress at the end of the day also. So I don't get out and fight. I don't have not one scratch, bruise on my body where I've been out fighting with nobody. I'm not playing the Hunger Games. Every woman in my circle and her child is treated as royalty, period. And all she has to do is sit pretty and live her life and be a woman and practice her craft or either do her job, whatever it is that is. And we don't play that crap. We're not dragging women throughout the streets here. We don't do that. We don't, and that's physically or um, verbally. Okay. And I think the main aspect of it that Shiva is addressing wholeheartedly is the verbal abuse and assassinations that they think that they're going to get away with. So make sure that y'all get in my circle and make sure y'all do it today because today's the Friday the 13th. And a lot of these men who, They even hate the women that kiss their butts. They just hate women. That's what misogyny means. There was actually a book written about this, and I think it was called Malficum or something. I'll have to, y'all know what I'm talking about. That man was insane to the point where the church threw him out. He was going around accusing women of witchcraft. Back during them days, you could be killed for practicing witchcraft. He was essentially going around just using the Bible to murder. And so the church eventually threw him out. And unfortunately, we keep having generations and generations of men that exist like this, and it's getting worse and worse because the men is who is responsible for the children. They raise their daughters. Sometimes their daughters turn out this way. So then that's when we have a problem with women out here being the most. There's a woman yesterday, I don't know what her deal was. She just kept going on and on and on, sexually harassing me on this website. Nobody wants to be bothered with a woman like that. I'm sorry. I can honestly say that if any woman that I didn't get along with, if she had a male to say something about her, you're not going to catch Jamila repeating that filth because I'm not interested in her. So there's a lot of women sexually harassing women too because they're desperate for validation from these men. And it's sick. It's very sick. So it's women out there like that too. And you need protection from both of those types, the men and the women that are misogynistic. They do rituals. There's energy harvesting passages in the Bible. There's all kinds of stuff that they got going on. And Shiva's like, listen, we're going to make sure that we put together a circle. As long as you're underneath my blanket of protection, you're going to be fine. Um, if you got somebody slandering you, 9 times out of 10, that person is desperate enough that they won't stop. But the good thing about it is that it doesn't have to affect you. Somebody slander you and it just makes them look bad. Hey Kip, thank you for the love. It just make them look bad. Somebody slandering you. I've survived 11 years of slander. So that's a walk in the park for me. Okay. But you know, that rarely do they shut up about their slander because they're desperate and depraved for some reason. You know what I'm saying? So, and you know, it's unfortunately when especially a man is slandering you, in particular on the job or somewhere, many of us can't afford an attorney to do something about it. It's sad, but it's the truth. We've got children to take care of. We've got bills to pay. You know what I'm saying? So I say handle it the spiritual way. I know that I've got money coming from my mama and they're freaking out thinking that they can do something about it. It's so funny. I don't care if you a million deep in your little secret society, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing about that. So they're scared that when I get that money, I'm gonna get an attorney. And yeah, that's exactly what will more than likely happen. And they'll be in jail. That'll probably be the best thing for them because if they stay out of jail where they can have access to phones and microphones and chase clout and get attention on the internet and you know be misogynistic buttholes, then you know something bad gonna happen to them. They need to quit while they ahead. Okay, so make sure that y'all get in the circle. It's actually on the website. It's got the same picture that I'm using in the backdrop. Um, it's got the same picture up, and you guys are able to get in. And if I've never spoken to you before, please schedule a reading, at least 30 minutes. Okay, at least 30 minutes So make sure that y'all do that. And make sure that you understand that Friday the 13th is a very, very mystical day. What I can see is a lot of binding. And here's the thing about it is that you don't even have to, men that hate women, they don't just hate witches. They don't just hate women that are, uh, that know how to assert themselves and are confident. They hate all women. It just is what it is. Okay. It doesn't matter how much love he showed you before. 9 times out of 10, if it's a misogynist, it don't take no breakup work, because a lot of people always want to talk about somebody did breakup work. A misogynist is a misogynist, and they're gonna let you know who they are from the beginning if they're a misogynist. Okay. If you guys want a reading, you guys can visit the website to whom this consumes. You can visit my website and go to the readings tab and you can schedule it, or you can cash at me. Okay. This is past, it's 3:30. It's kind of past my reading hours because I stopped doing readings at 3:30 a.m. Eastern. But you're more than welcome to schedule for later on today. Okay. So, and it's gonna get real ugly. And I plan to put protection around Kamala Harris because as a woman to woman, I feel really bad for the negativity and the energy that is being thrown at her. But I'm also very impressed with her resilience and the fact that, she is holding it down. You know what I'm saying? She's essentially, doing pretty good. I didn't look at the presidential debate. I didn't look at that. But from what I heard, she won the debate. So I'll look at it a little bit later. I've been extremely busy. I didn't even have time for the debate to even watch it because I've been so busy cleaning up, clearing out, destroying spirits, okay? Destroying spirits of people, destroying their ancestors, destroying them, essentially, is what I've been doing. Evil spirits. So I've been really busy because evil is at an all-time high, especially right here during election year. And Shiva is looking at the whole world like, oh my goddess. Wow. What in the world? So, and that's why a lot of you guys feel anxiety. I don't feel anxiety because of Shiva. Okay. If y'all don't know who Shiva is the god of meditation. Shiva is a healer. Shiva is the god of yoga. He's a healer and he's amazing. Okay. So that's why for the fall, and then also we have the fall equinox coming up on the 20th, which is in a week. And I have my fall equinox circle open as well. Okay. Now, if you get in the Shiva circle, you're in the fall equinox circle. If you get in the fall equinox circle, you'll have to pay the difference, honestly, because it costs money to do this stuff. I have to. I think we're going to be working with sweet grass and cedar, and of course a little bit of rosemary for the celebration that we have coming up on the 20th. And, if you ladies want yourself protected, your job protected, your kids protected, you can get in my circle because your kids are considered to be my godchildren. Because a lot of them, boy, when they get going to try to search for their manhood, they don't care about children and women. Notice that? They'll be doing all kind of stuff, and it's. I'm sorry that the whatever their intention is. I feel sorry for their families. You know, all I know is that what Shiva wants is because, like, when it's fall, I personally get very calm, and it just is cooler outside. It feels good. It's so peaceful and tranquil. But then you got some people, they are not peaceful and tranquil. They are not. And they don't have to be, but they just can't be doing that with me. I don't want to I don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? Um and so, of course there's a lot of people that have this chaos and this strife going on. And if you have that and you don't want that, then you may want to consider getting into the circle, especially if you don't want to have anything to do with it. I know that I keep saying I don't want to. Spiritual war. I don't want nothing to do with no spiritual war. What's the war? Is the war over my soul, or you? Because my soul is my personal business, sir, ma'am. Y'all ever think of it like that? It's kind of ridiculous. It's starting to feel like grape. And of course, there's some of you guys that are going through your mind, body, and spirit being invaded. Um, there's no aliens. It's called occultism and astral travel. Hijacking people so that they can energy harvest off of them. It is a lot going on out there. So, and those are things that I'm an expert in. Okay. Those are things that I can help you with, because what you'll do is you'll try and try and try, and then that's another reason why your spells aren't working. You'll try and try and try, and you'll find that you're not getting anywhere. And that is because of what they're doing. And they do have secret societies that are in on that. They do have targets. Most of their targets are very, very spiritually endowed people. So, and then there's the identity stealing out there. There's the destiny stealing. It's a lot going on out there. So you guys are able to contact me if you want to consult with me about that. I don't charge that much for my readings or my consultations, okay? But the prices of my work, my spiritual work, is on the website. Shiva also has brought to us the chakra realignment ritual, which has been amazing. The I think it was 4 people that I've done that ritual for so far. They have absolutely loved it. Okay. So you guys can ask me about that when you consult with me, but definitely get in because I'll be taking calls all morning. Well, after 12. I usually don't start reading until probably about after 12 or 1 o'clock, after I get my coffee in me and kind of move around, and I do my daily sage burning and my daily grounding and stuff and meditation out in nature. But um, you guys can get scheduled and I will get you in the circle. Okay. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it that I wanted to talk to you guys about. And please believe that there is a lot of rituals going on right now for Friday the 13th. A lot of weirdness. They're very weird. This is the reason why Hecate won't co-sign on it, because she's like, hold on, wait a minute. So it comes from somewhere else. I personally feel that what they can ultimately do, because there are other deities that are of magic besides Hecate. She's going to take care of her girls. She's going to take care of her people, her and Lilith. But, so it can work. Typically, what's going to happen is that the victim is going to eventually figure that stuff out. And then that's when it becomes a war on your mind, your body, and your spirit, as if that doesn't belong to you. Your mind, your body, your spirit, your power belongs to you. Not a preacher man, not none of them running around here. So y'all got to remember that. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're in a relationship with somebody, your mind, body, and spirit, even though you know, a lot of men will say, well, are you mine? Do you belong to me? Well, yeah, I do. And you belong to me. But individually, you belong to yourself. He belongs to himself and you belong to yourself. That's just the way that it is. Nobody owns anybody. So we have a lot of weirdness going on. It's very, very weird. And I can tell you that on this Good Friday, Venus Aphrodite, she's at war because it doesn't even remotely look or smell or feel like love. It doesn't. And it's sad that because of these artificial religions, women are not experiencing actual love with our earth men. We're actually experiencing something else that none of us want. Speaking of love, Shiva is going to bring love into your life too, a real love. Okay. I asked Shiva to bring me somebody and he did. So, you know, and now does that mean that I'm asking him for money? I've been asking these misogynistic men, what does this have to do with my business that I'm running? So, all of a sudden, because I've met somebody, he's supposed to all of a sudden start paying all my bills. He has his own bills to pay. How am I supposed to meet somebody and a month later I'm not that type of woman. Like, I'm very independent. So I haven't understand, and that's real bad in the black community. There's this shroud over black women to wear as soon as we, and not just black women, actually all women. There's this shroud when it comes to women. Oh, you met a man. Oh, well, why doesn't he give you money? Excuse me. I just started dating this person. And then why are we having this discussion anyway? It's very weird and bizarre because people are always looking for this excuse to downgrade, question, or degrade the woman. It's preposterous. And I don't deal with folk like that whatsoever. They don't get a phone call. They don't get their phone calls returned if they call to me. Okay, I can't. Mm-mm. So, you know what I'm saying? Regardless if I met a man, he's living his life. His expenses are separate from mine. I'm still running a business. So, and the business, well, first of all, I want clients, I want students, I want people in my circles. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a business. What would I not want it? I'm not afraid to say what I want and desire every single day to the universe as well. You know, so but it's an excellent exchange of energy. It's not even an even exchange of energy. It's an excellent exchange of energy. So it's not just about the money. Of course, I have to get paid for it, but it's about what? It's about the work being done. Because Shiva, the way he's looking at the planet, is that he wants peace. And he wants more people to be peaceful. And I'm telling you, that energy of peace, of tranquility, of serenity is going to save your heart. It is. It's going to save your heart, you know, because you got people. It's crazy because the person that was bringing a bunch of chaos to me was, I guess, being interviewed, and he's bringing all this chaos, yelling and screaming at me, but then he goes and admits to another guy that he's on high blood pressure medicine. How is your blood pressure medicine going to do you any good, dude? You're creating all of this chaos and stuff, and you're on blood pressure medicine. You should be sitting down and being quiet. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't even make any sense why somebody would do that, right? If you're on blood pressure medicine and you fear a heart attack or a stroke, why are you having an argument with people? Why are you arguing with people? What is the, like, I don't understand that. Like, that this just doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. Okay. I don't take blood pressure medicine and my blood pressure is fine. I'm good with it. Okay. So, but he's trying to, I guess he's trying to transfer his high blood pressure to other people. I don't let that, listen, this is the message from Shiva. Do not let that chaos stress you out. And if it is, you got something you need to let go of. You may need to cut the cord. You got something you need to let go of. There's no way I would allow somebody to stress me out. Stress is the number one killer. I don't let it stress me. Mm-mm. Even when I feel negative energy being thrown at me, I transmute it. Okay. So it just is what it is, because that stuff will kill you. It'll tear you down. It'll tear down your health. It's terrible. Okay. So y'all can contact me. All readings are done by phone. Some of them are done by Zoom. Classes are done by Zoom, by the way. But y'all can contact me for your readings, and then I'll get you in my circle, okay? If my spirits permit you to do so. Okay? All right. Y'all have a good and happy Friday the 13th. Good luck today, because, there should be a lot of good luck. Friday the 13th is actually a day of good luck. However, misogyny and religion makes it, they want to make it a bad luck day. I don't, maybe because the stuff that they try to do to women doesn't work. So maybe that's why they consider it to be bad luck. It's actually good luck, Friday the 13th. It's not bad luck at all. But please believe that they're going to be trying to conjure up them spirits to bring bad luck. And Shiva's addressing these people that keep trying to bring poverty in Psalms 109 and Psalms 59. He's addressing those people. Trust me. Because those spirits can be invoked. Some of them are invoking them every single day to cause poverty, to cause hunger, to cause death, to cause your children to lose their parent. It's really disgusting. Shiva's doing something about that. He is. So, right on time when he came in, he began to address all of those things with me. Okay. Okay, guys, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up. Make sure y'all subscribe, and then visit divineservicesapothecary.com. Or you guys can text me. My phone number is 770-686-7461. And of course, my phone number is displayed on the website as well. Okay. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. Peace and love to y'all. Blessings. Bye.